Hello students, in this video I'm going to start Economics chapter 3 Money and Credit. In this chapter we are going to see all the money related activities and how money works in an economy. We will start with the topic money as a medium of exchange. Money is important in everyday life. For day-to-day requirements, we need money. Buying and selling is possible because of money. Money has made our lives easy. For example, a shoe manufacturer wants to buy wheat. So first of all, he will sell the manufactured shoes and get money for it. And with that money, he will buy wheat. With money, it is easy for the shoe manufacturer to purchase all his requirements. But earlier, when barter system was there, it was not so easy to get the required things. First of all, we'll see what is barter system. A barter system is an old method of exchange. This system has been used for centuries and long before money was invented. People exchanged services and goods for other services and goods in return. We can take the same example where a shoe manufacturer sold shoes and got money. But in barter system, a shoe manufacturer exchanges a pair of shoes from the farmer against 1 kg of wheat. Here, goods are exchanged with goods without the use of money. It looks simple, but actually it is not. In barter system, there arises a problem of double coincidence of wants. That is, both parties have to agree to sell and buy each other's commodities. Suppose if the shoe manufacturer wants wheat, but the wheat seller does not want shoes but wants clothes, then exchange cannot take place. It means when shoe manufacturer wishes to buy wheat and wheat seller desires to sell wheat and buy shoes, then only exchange is possible between the two. But when money is used as a medium of exchange, then there is no need for double coincidence of wants. Because of money, it is no longer necessary for the shoe manufacturer to look for a farmer who will buy his shoes and at the same time sell him wheat. Barter system had many limitations like double coincidence of wants, lack of common measure of value, difficulty in storing wealth, indivisibility of goods, etc. All these problems were solved with the help of money. Money avoids the practical problems of wastage of time and resources involved in the barter system of exchange. A person can purchase or sell goods with cash without selling or purchasing any good at that point after money came into existence. Thus, the act of purchase and sale has been separated. For example, a fruit seller wants to sell his fruits to buy rice. Now, in the absence of money, he will have to look for someone who wants to sell rice and buy fruits. However, with money as a medium of exchange, the fruit seller has to just find a buyer for his fruits. When fruits are exchanged for money, he can purchase wheat from the market. Money is used as a medium of exchange because it is the intermediary in the exchange process. Anything in the market can be bought and sold with the help of money. Our next topic is modern forms of money. We have already studied money as a medium of exchange, that is, we can exchange goods and services through money. Now, before introduction of coins, a variety of objects were used as money. For example, since the ancient times, Indians used grains and cattle as money. That is, by giving cattle, they could get grains in return. Thereafter came the use of metallic coins, that is, gold, silver, copper coins. Modern forms of money include currency, paper notes, and coins. Cattle and grains were of everyday use. Gold, silver, copper coins were made of precious metals and were valuable. But the modern currency is without any use of its own. Then why is it accepted as a medium of exchange? Because it is authorized by the Government of India, and the Reserve Bank of India issues currency notes on behalf of the central government. No individual or organization is allowed to issue currency because only a competent authority can issue currency, like Government of India or Reserve Bank of India. As it is authorized by the government of the country, so no individual in India can legally refuse a payment made in rupees. Now, we also hold money in other forms. That is, we convert it into digital form with the help of deposits. Sometimes we have money in excess. So, what do we do with that money? We actually deposit the money, we deposit that excess money in the bank so that it remains safe, and we also get interest on that excess amount which we deposited in the bank. The deposited money can be withdrawn at any point whenever there is a need. Since the deposits can be withdrawn on demand, these deposits are called demand deposits. Money is seen in the form of paper currency, but when we go to bank to withdraw money, then along with currency, bank provides one more option, that is check. A check is a paper instructing the bank to pay specific amount from the person's account to the person in whose name the check has been used. Payment without the use of cash can be settled with check. Demand deposits constitute money in the modern economy which can be accessed with the help of check as an instrument.